This is Henos Sport, bringing you that heat and that far. We keeping a foot on the next. We keeping a foot on the what on the next. And like just a better marriage shift that I am, I'm applying what on immediate pressure. Because pressure does what? It bursts pipes. Let's talk about it, man. And a direction, King Strucks. And a direction, King Strucks. Henos Sport keeps telling you guys, man. Bill Haney has a fundamental problem. He doesn't fucking listen. Bill Haney is not the guy that's going to push Devin Haney's career. If Devin Haney wants to get his career over the top and to the next level and be box office like the way Javante Tank Davis is, Devin Haney's going to have to bend the proverbial fucking knee. Bend the fucking knee, dog. Bend the fucking knee. And kiss the ring while you at it. The Floyd Money Mayweather. Mayweather is an extraordinaire when it comes to boxing. I saw Mayweather the other day talk about Al Heyman and how Al Heyman is looked upon as a second father figure. See, this is what I was trying to tell you guys, man. You guys don't understand the alpha and the beta, and I'm going to talk about it in another video, and I'm going to talk about the alpha and the beta language. But I told you guys, alpha males become alpha males because they have a father figure, a father personality, or a father in the home. Someone that represents what an alpha is supposed to be that was before them. So that way they can establish themselves, or they can establish themselves into what we call the alpha that's in the now. Devin Haney will never be a fucking alpha in the ring being up under his dad. His dad is a pure fucking beta supreme. The problem with his dad is he doesn't even understand that he's a pure fucking beta supreme. When you are pure beta supreme in a boxing ring, it's because the team around you represents a pure fucking beta supreme team. This is the problem with Devin Haney. This is the problem with Bill Haney. This is the problem with the Haneys. They're not coming to the realization. They're not coming to the understanding. They're not coming to the manifold that the issue is actually them. It has nothing to do with the fact that it's any outside force. Vasily Lomachenko can play in your face because Vasily Lomachenko knows that you have a dad who he can play in the face of. Bill Haney's a low rent fucking P. Diddy. Henos Sport told you guys this stuff. You see, he did the first half of what Henos Sport told him to do.
Go ahead.
Don't fucking be the manager in terms of being the trainer in the ring. You fuck up that way. Now you need to do the second half and don't be the fucking manager. What Bill Haney's going to have to come to the underlying conclusion, the underlying situation is he just needs to advise his son. There's nothing wrong with him just being a fucking father. Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to just being a father to your kid? Because at this point, this is what his positive role modeling is going to be. Training your son, we see what has happened. We see how your son has fell off a lot. And the problem with the LDBC is they kiss Devin Haney's ass and they apologize for Deontay Wilder too fucking much. Let me say it again. They kiss Devin Haney's ass and they apologize for Deontay Wilder too much. Like the Aki TVs of the world. It doesn't fucking matter if you have an interview. We can call a spade a spade. We got to keep it real. We got to keep it a buck. We got to keep it 100. Don't fucking matter if you have interviews all over the place. The bottom line is stop kissing Devin Haney's ass. Devin Haney is not the fighter that you guys think that he is. He is an email champion. I've come to that conclusion, and I like Devin Haney. Contrary to what anybody think, I'm just going to admonish, chastise, and correct my brethren because of the fact that I see him going astray. He was crispier than a three-piece when he was under senior. Now we get seniors advanced, seniors older, seniors no longer the fighter in terms of him being able to train fighters that he used to be. We get that. But that's why you got Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. That's why you have Floyd Sinclair Mayweather Jr. A guy who's a true alpha extraordinaire governed by true alpha economics. A guy that has all of his faculties together. A guy that can really sit here and explain to you from point A to point B what you need to do in the square circle to get the damn job done. That's who you need to be listening to, man. The problem is the LDBC, they apologize too much for these two fighters. They damn near make you want to go up against these guys, man. That's how much they apologize for them. And I don't go against Devin Haney, but I'm not going to sit here and be a Devin Haney fanboy to the point where I'm going to be allergic to the fucking truth, man. Devin Haney hasn't been the same since Alfredo Santiago. And a prediction king strikes again. And a prediction king strikes again. If you guys do actual film study, you watch the fight, you will see that choppy overhand, and that choppy as fuck overhand right has gotten him exposed, man. Because it's predictable. Alfredo Santiago was able to see the predictability. And Yuriorkis Gamboa, who's better than Alfredo Santiago, was able to see the predictability on top of his predictability. Of him being able to figure out the predictability of Devin Haney. Devin Haney's not crispy, man. He did one quick session with Floyd Money Mayweather, and that shit fooled the fuck out of you motherfuckers. It made you motherfuckers believe there was Transformers more than Misty Eyes. No, there was none of that shit. What it was epic bullshit and fuck shit. So you guys have to call a spade a spade. You got to keep it real. You got to keep it a buck. And you got to keep it 100. And what's that? It's as simple as revealing this, y'all. That when we look at the delineation, the distinction, the gulf, and the separation, that is, i.e., a Devin Haney, we see a little capping ass Devin Haney. Now, Bill Haney sat here and said, but he reached out to the great Aegis Climbers, and we know who the fuck that is. That's the manager of Vasily Lomachenko, the manager of Sergey Kovalev. Damn near the manager of all these damn Russian fighters, you European fighters, you want to fucking name it. He's the guy they go to. Aegis Climbers could see that Bill Haney was on that bullshit and fuck shit. He could see that Bill Haney wasn't about that real shit. And Aegis Climbers was just like, you know what? Fuck you, man. Because if he was dealing with a real person like Floyd Money Mayweather, he was dealing with a real person, Al Heyman, he was dealing with a real person in Bob Arum or Jay Prince of the world, they wouldn't fuck around like that. Because when you're dealing with alpha males, they don't got time to play with their fucking time. It's denoted that their time will not be fucking played with. So what's not cold-hearted about that? What's not unadulterated about that? And what's not the cutthroat true telefashion that's associated with that? See, we have to ask ourselves these underlying questions and the underlying truths. And what is that? Bill Haney, you're not fit to not only the trainer of your son, but also the manager. This is why Hinosa Sport told you, remove yourself, excoriate your ass up out of Devin Haney's corner, both physically and financially, both from a boxing perspective and both from a fiscal perspective. You're not good at this shit, man. This is why your son is getting clowned. This is why nobody's taking your son's fights. This is why everybody's looking at your son like a rag doll, because he has a ragdoll promoter. Whoop! What I said was so deep and profound. Whoop! Let me let that marinate in the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum. So hear me fucking well. When you have someone who's a ragdoll of a promoter, it's going to translate over to the fighter. This is why you always hear when Floyd say, you know what I'm saying, I like to thank my team. Al Heyman. You notice he always starts off with that. Leonard Ldbc, my dad. There's an order, man. Like Meek Mill said, there's a levels to this shit. There's gears. You have to have the right team around you. You have to have your business affairs governed the right way. You have to have people that know how to not only you do the thing that you're supposed to do in the square circle and get the job done, because that in of itself is already hard. You need people that know how to square circle outside of the fucking ring. It's called negotiation. They got to be animals. They got to be bullies. They got to know how to fight outside of the ring to get the fucking job done. Absence that, it makes the bullshit and the fuck shit that is, i.e. Bill Haney of the world, a low rent P. Diddy, look like what he is, a low rent version of fucking P. Diddy. And when I say low rent P. Diddy, I'm talking about having all of the negatives that P. Diddy has, but none of the positives. Because P. Diddy has a lot of fucking negatives, but P. Diddy's positives outweigh his negatives, and that's why he's P. fucking Diddy. That's why he's Sean Puffy Combs. That's why he's Puffy. That's why he has so many fucking nicknames. Because his good outweighs his bad. Now it's starting to finally catch up to his rabbit ass. but his good outweighs his bad. Whereas with Bill fucking Haney, no. You're everything that's bad with P. Diddy, but nothing good about him. That's why you're a low rent P. Diddy. You should stay completely away from your son's affairs. And if anybody's using the cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat true telefashion that's associated with this situation, i.e. using the true boxing eye test and the true fiscal eye test, they could see that the biggest issue with Devin Haney is Bill Haney. And until Devin Haney comes to that conclusion, I done told you guys this shit. Devin Haney's career will never be what you guys expect it to be because he didn't bend the proverbial fucking knee and kiss the ring while they were at it like they did to the Pope to Floyd Money Mayweather. Look at Gervonta Tank Davis. I done told you guys, Tank don't talk the fucking best, man. But look at how his team, Floyd Mayweather, Leonard Ldbc, Floyd was trying to get Devin on too. But Devin was on that bullshit and fuck shit. He thought he could do it himself. They were supposedly independent, but then they go up under the new age version of a slave master in Eddie fucking Hearn. And what has he been doing as of late? Treating you motherfuckers like slaves. Because when slaves, if the slave doesn't bring up anything of value, you know what they do? They treat them like they need to go and put them out on the pasture again for sale. That's what's happening to Devin Haney's career. It's being treated as such. And it's because Eddie Hearn knows, he's been around the business forever. His dad literally was what we would say a old school slave master owner, man. He told you this shit when we had his old senile moment and Barry had to sit Eddie had to sit Barry Hearn down because his dad was saying too fucking much. Back in the days, you know, boxing is so complicated now. Back in the days, we used to just be able to dictate the terms, man. It used to be slave contracts. We used to treat these boxers like fucking slaves. He let the cat out the fucking bag. And this is who you go sign with? You leave Floyd Money Mayweather. You leave Al Heyman, who allows boxers to be independent contractors, to have their own LLCs, to have their own business affairs. You leave that to go to the new age slave master and Eddie Hearn. It's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, all because Bill Haney wanted to be a nigga. I done told you guys about niggas, man. Niggas, the thing with them is they think they're so smart until they fucking dumb. Let me say it again. They think that they are so smart until they're fucking dumb. Floyd Mayweather Sr. clowned your ass and told you you wasn't a trainer. But Floyd Money Mayweather told you you wasn't a damn promoter as well. And you was feeling some type of way. Senior and junior got you feeling some type of way. Senior and junior got you feeling some type of way. Senior and junior got you feeling some type of way. You know, we got to bridge it. Some type of way. Got you feeling some type of way. And now you don't know how to handle that shit. But see, in its most cold-hearted, in its most unadulterated, and its most cutthroat true telefashion is as simple as this. Bill Haney, stay far away from your son, not only in the boxing ring, but anything that has to do with business affairs outside of the boxing ring. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat true telefashion. I keeps the foot on the what on the X. I keeps the foot on the what on the X. This is Hino's Sport. Check it out.